Hey everybody, it's Mr. Marshall here at Stony Lane, and I'm here with Taylor, who's a big first grader in our school. Say hi, Taylor.
Hi.
So Taylor won a prize, and she gets to be in a video, and so this is like gonna be a really fun video. So ready? Did you know that the United States is turning 250 years old? Doo, doo, doo. That's right. The United S- July 4th, the United States is turning 250 years old. That's right. And so, how many states are there?
50.
50. She knows everything. 50 states. So today we're going to learn about two states, right? And these are interesting states because they have a couple of things in common. So one is that they are state number 49 and state number 50, which means they were the last two states that became states. Okay? And so do you know what they are?
Hawaii and Alaska.
That's right, Alaska and Hawaii. Alaska is number 49 and Hawaii is number 50. And so the other thing that's really interesting about them is that when you look at the United States, when you look at the map, it always looks like someone forgot them. It's because they're not attached to the other states. They're like far away. They're far away from the rest of the continent, right? And so let's take a look. First, we're going to talk about Alaska, okay? This is where Alaska is. So here's the United States. Here we go. There's the United States. Can you find Alaska? That's right. Alaska's all the way up there. This is Canada. That's another country north of us. And this is Alaska. And Hawaii is all the way out here in the ocean.
They're really far apart.
They're really far apart. That's right. It would take you a lot of hours, even by airplane, to go from Alaska to Hawaii.
Especially by car. But you can't take a car because it's across the ocean.
That's right. You know so much. Gosh. Okay, so question for you. Do you think Alaska's very big or very little?
Very little.
Very little? Is she right? But you knew that. You were just speaking, right? Okay, so Alaska's very big. In fact, if you took Alaska and put it on top of the rest of the United States, that's how big it would be. Alaska is actually the biggest state.
Ever.
It's the biggest one of all. It's number one as far as how big it is. But actually, there's not many people that live there. So there's a lot of empty space inside of Alaska, right? This is not really where it is. But people live in this area. And then some of them live up here. And some live over here. But there's a lot of emptiness in the middle of the state because the weather, the climate in Alaska is very cold. And there's places that Alaska is just frozen. And there's no way to go there. There's no way to drive there or build a house. It's just too hard. So there's lots of places in Alaska that are empty. Okay, I want to show you a couple of other pictures of Alaska. Take a look. So Alaska is actually very close to another country, which is Russia. Okay. And Alaska used to belong to Russia, but then Russia sold it to the United States. In fact, this is how close they are. This little island over here is part of Alaska. And this little island here is part of Russia. And they're that close apart. And this line in between is a line that you can't really see, but it's called the International Date Line. What that means is that when it's Tuesday on one side of the line, it's Wednesday on the other side of the line.
So it kind of just it just skips because one time my mom went on vacation with her friends, and whenever it was the morning, it was already the afternoon there. And then when it was bedtime here, it was like 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's called time zones. Like it's one time at a certain place in the world and it's another time at another place of the world. So this is called Little Diomede Island and Big Diomede Island. Okay?
Really funny word.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. So a couple of years ago, my family went to Alaska. I'm going to show you some pictures of my family in Alaska. Ready? You want to see?
Lots of mountains.
Lots of mountains. Come closer. Okay, so here's one. This is what you see. This is actually a mountain called a glacier. A glacier is a frozen mountain. And the water there is really beautiful and blue. But it's so cold you can't really swim in it. But we were walking along it. Want to see another picture? This is what it looks like on the highway in Alaska. These are the kinds of mountains you see all over the place.
Usually in Alaska, you're going to see lots of like snow because it snows a lot.
Mm-hmm. Here's another big mountain. I believe this is the other, like one side of a mountain called Mount Denali.
You would like
beautiful.
to see a big moose.
You want to see? They have moose there. And moose don't live everywhere. There's only a few places in the United States where moose live. And that's what it looks like. It's got these big antlers. This is a boy moose because only the boy moose has antlers. Okay? The female moose doesn't have antlers. And the female moose is called, you know what it's called? It's called a cow. But it's not the kind of cow you see on a farm. But that's just the name of it.
This is Mr. Marshall's family.
That's right. We went on something called a reindeer ranch. And it's a place where they raise reindeer and they walk around. They have 24 reindeer there that they take care of. Look at how big these antlers are. And what you need to know about these antlers is when they first come out in the spring, they're very velvety, which means they're kind of soft. And like they feel good, but you don't want to grab them because then the reindeer will think that you're trying to hurt it, and that's not good. But look at how huge those antlers are.
Sometimes people would let you pet them, but with only 2 fingers, so like very gently.
So if the owner says that you can touch it, then you're allowed to touch it, but otherwise it's not a good idea to touch an animal like that. I want to show you another thing. This is my daughter, Hunga, who when this picture was taken, I think was in 3rd grade. And she's standing between these 2 big things. Taylor, do you know what these 2 big things are?
No.
So these are the bones of a whale. These are the bones of a whale. They're huge. And these are the bones that are called the rib bones. Those are the bones that you have like here in the middle of your body. Those are the ribs of a whale. And they're that big. So if the ribs are that big, can you just imagine how big the rest of the whale is? It's huge. Well, there's whales all around Alaska. Okay.
It kind of looks like it's taking up the whole entire ocean.
Yeah, and the whale is the biggest animal, right, in the world, and it lives in the water near Alaska. So there are people that live in Alaska too, and these are people called the Inuits. So these are people that are native to Alaska. Their families have been in Alaska for thousands of years, and so they're performing one of their native dances. And behind them is a picture, it's a map of Alaska, and the colors show what parts of Alaska different groups of people live in. That's something that you can learn more about by reading a book.
They also have different clothes than us when they dance because they live in a different state.
Well, it's not even that they live in a different state, they have a different culture. It's, you know, like there's lots of different cultures that wear lots of different, what we call native costumes. And so that's what these people from Alaska wear. And they're dancing with different objects. Do you see the objects in their hands? These are animal furs and feathers and things like that.
Some people might have them because they might have went to Alaska to get them, but we usually don't see them a lot because we don't have any kind of.
Okay, so that's a lot about Alaska. I hope you enjoyed that. Now we're going to learn about Hawaii, and then we're going to play a game. Ready?
If you like Stitch, then Stitch is from Hawaii also.
You heard it here, folks. Okay, so Hawaii has its own language, and these are 3 words from the Hawaiian language, right? Can you read this word?
Aloha.
Aloha. And aloha is a word that means 2 things. It means hello. So when you see somebody, you say aloha. And it also means goodbye. So when you're saying goodbye to them, you say aloha, right? This word down here, can you say that word?
No, it's a little tricky.
It's mahalo. Can you say that? Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. And mahalo is a word that means thank you. Okay? So if someone did something nice for you, then you say to them mahalo, right? One more word here. Where'd it go? Can you say that word? Do you remember that word?
Keiki.
Keiki. Keiki. It doesn't look like it has an A in it, but the letter EI together says that. So it's keiki. Keiki actually means child, right? So you're a keiki. So the word keiki means child. And so if you go to a restaurant, you can ask for what's called the keiki menu, right? Okay, so this is a volcano, and Hawaii is filled with volcanoes. And that rock that's coming out, that's actually rock. It's called lava. And it's very, very hot. It comes from the middle of the earth. This next picture, you want to talk about this one? This is a sport that people play in Hawaii.
It is when some people in Hawaii like to surf, like on Lilo and Stitch. They live in Hawaii, and one time they were surfboarding and they went on a surfboard, and then the water is coming over it, so that some people like to go under the water because it's like cool and fun.
Because Hawaii is very different than Alaska. Hawaii is very hot and Alaska is very cold. Let's see. This is just another beautiful picture in Hawaii. So in Hawaii used to also be its own kingdom with a king or a queen for many, many years, and then they became a part of the United States too. And the Hawaiian language only has 12 letters. The English language has 26. They only have 12 letters, but they can make thousands of words with those 12 letters. Isn't that cool? All right.
Now we're going to move on to a game.
Ready? So I'm going to show you a famous person, and you have to guess whether that famous person is from Alaska or from Hawaii.
You got 10 seconds until I tell you.
Okay, we'll see. Ready? So this first person is Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson used to be a wrestler, but now he's a movie star. And so you have to guess, is he from Alaska or Hawaii? Okay, Taylor, what do you think?
Hawaii.
That's right. Dwayne Johnson is from Hawaii. Next one. This person is Barack Obama. Barack Obama used to be the president of the United States. Is Barack Obama from Alaska or Hawaii? Okay, Taylor.
Hawaii.
That's right. Barack Obama was born in Hawaii. Here's the next one. This is a lady named Sarah Palin. And Sarah Palin was a governor. That means she was in charge of a state. And she wanted to be the vice president of the United States, but she didn't win. Is she from Alaska or from Hawaii?
Alaska.
She's from Alaska. She was the governor of Alaska. All right, next one. This is Jewel. Jewel is a famous singer. So is Jewel from Alaska or from Hawaii? What do you think? Taylor?
Alaska.
Alaska. But she wasn't really born in Alaska, but she grew up in Alaska. She was born in Utah, but her family lived in Alaska for a long, long time. Next one. This next picture is Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is an actor, and in this picture, he's playing Aquaman, the superhero. So is Jason Momoa from Alaska or Hawaii? Taylor?
I don't actually know this, but I'm going to guess Hawaii.
That's right, he's from Hawaii. One more. This is Mario Chalmers. Mario Chalmers is a basketball player with a team called the Miami Heat. Okay, he no longer plays with them, but he used to. Is he from Alaska or Hawaii?
Alaska?
Alaska. Mario Chalmers is from Alaska.
So you might know that team, but you might not know him because he was on that team a very long time ago.
That's right. Okay, so that's it for our video today. The U.S. is 250 years old, so get to know your states and get to know your country. Thank you, Taylor, for doing this today. See you next time. Say goodbye.